Why are you focusing on the gnome? I'm here. Hello? Hello? Maybe it's like, where's your hair? I don't know. I don't know who you are. You're bald. Well, hello my lovely nestlings and welcome to today's video where I'm going to chat about brands, indie brands, that I hear no one talk about and I don't understand why. Because they're awesome. And if you're new, welcome. My name is Nikki. I'm from the Netherlands, hence the accent. I'm also slightly orcish, relatively vintage. I love spooky stuff, makeup and being creative. Let me explain some things. The slightly orcish means that I'm green. I am a light to light medium, warm-ish olive. Relatively vintage means I'm 46. I also have ADHD and I'm autistic. So I am the complete package. I always say, well, I'm at least something. Yes, on my eyes today is the Dead of Night palette by Unearthly Cosmetics. And here she is. I have done a video with her. It should be online. I will link it underneath the card. And you see these? These, you see them? The bats? I'll touch on those a little bit later. There are brands that I have here that I've only tried eyeshadows from, but I also have two brands here that I've tried more things. Well, three brands actually that I've tried more things from. And I will link all the brands down below in the description box. And honestly, these are some of my favorite brands. And my criteria for today's video was that my bigger YouTube friends, I don't see them mentioning these. That was the criteria. So, you know, let's just start. They are not ranked. They're not ranked, but I am going to start with an American brand because I have one American brand and yeah, the rest are kind of European continent-ish. So let's start with the first brand that I have here, which is an amazing brand. Now they have not launched anything for quite some time. I did check their website and the thing that I'm going to mention today, which is an eyeshadow palette, is still available. And they actually have quite a few palettes in stock and that is Kraken Cosmetics. So from Kraken Cosmetics I have here, what is it called? The Survive the Night palette. It's gamers inspired and they make everything themselves. Here it is. The pans are also magnetic because on the back you see the holes? That means that you can poke out the shadows so you can rearrange them. This is actually a palette I got as a gift from a subscriber and I'm very, very happy about that because this was a brand that I have wanted to try for so long and I just never got around to this. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the formula of this. The formula of this is a very, very soft formula. Kind of like Lethal Cosmetics, if you are familiar with that, or the older formula from Nomad Cosmetics. These are very, very soft. The shimmers, but very easy to blend. And the pigmentation actually, it kind of blew me away a bit. So that is good. The shimmers in here are very, very subtle. But there's also a time and place for that. Now, I love a sparkly bomb-ass shimmer, but I also really enjoy more subtle shimmers. And I definitely think that this brand should be mentioned more because the quality of this is just amazing. It's amazing. I did try this, I think also on camera. If I can find any videos, I will link them in the description box as well. But just the whole theme. They also have palettes that are a little bit more dark than this. Definitely a brand to check out. And honestly, I wish more people would try and talk about Kraken Cosmetics. The next brand that I'm going to mention is, I think, technically an indie brand. It's not a very small brand, but it is a brand based here in the region. Not necessarily in the EU though, because this brand is actually based in Belarus. And I have mentioned this brand before. I actually currently have, I think, 5 eyeshadow palettes from them. They have more stuff than just eyeshadows. If you are outside of Belarus though, I will link their French Instagram down below and you can order through DM. It's legit. Don't worry, it is legit. And it is the brand called StasyAlex. Now I actually just grabbed my favorite. It's a neutral palette. Yes, I know. I also really enjoy neutral shades. But this brand, this is actually the palette Owl Moon. They are almost... All the eyeshadow palettes are 5-pan palette and they are all inspired by birds. And they have such amazing color stories. So definitely worth checking out. Now the formula of this, depending on the color story that you have, the mattes can be a little bit dry. They are nice and pigmented though, but they can be a little bit dry. But the shimmers are just so pretty. And actually this one right now, it's my favorite. But it's definitely worth checking out. Let me show you another one that I really enjoy, which is the Warbler Tit. I bought it because I wanted to be able to say tit on camera. Don't ask. Sometimes I am like that. But this color story, even though I'm an olive, and I always say I'm not really into the pinks, this color story is very pretty. And I love that they also put kind of that grayish shade in here. But they have neutral palettes, but they also have bomb ass color palettes. So definitely a brand to check out for sure. Next brand I am going to mention is, let's kind of group it by country a little bit, because I can. So the next brand that I'm going to mention is actually a Russian brand. And she is a very small brand. She makes everything herself by hand. And you can order through DM, and I will leave her Instagram handle down below as well. She does all sorts of things. So she has loose eyeshadows, she has pressed eyeshadows, she has singles, she has lipsticks, she has blushes, she has a lot. I tried a lot of things from her, but I'm just going to show you some things that I have here, because I think that the palettes that she's making are just so cute. And the brand is called Asgard Kraken Cosmetics. It's kind of Norse mythology inspired, and I have 2 palettes from her here. I have also tried her loose formula, and it's a very nice, easy to work with loose matte formula, or loose formula. Actually, I have one here. Very pretty. So let me show you this first, which was actually her first eyeshadow palette. I think also that she made, if I'm not mistaken, maybe I am mistaken, I don't know. But this is the Temple of Nerthus. And it's a very simple palette. It's a cardboard palette with, well, this image on the front. The ingredients are on the back. And then you open her up and it's like this. The pans are glued on, but still it's so cute. Her shimmer formula is the bomb. Because though she does press all her eyeshadows themselves, it can be that the mattes are a little bit harder pressed than what I prefer. But I know that some of my friends that I met online here that are also in Europe really love her brand. And I just feel that she deserves more attention than that she's getting. So yeah, here's the Nerthus Temple, which I actually did try on camera. And then the newest one that she actually sent me in PR was Land of the Vanir, which was her summer solstice palette. This is the color story. Look how cute and summery this is. I really like what she's doing. She's also making kind of a almost a gift of everything that she sent you. So definitely worth it. I will link her Instagram handle down below. Go check her out. Okay, next I am going to go to a UK brand. And I have discovered her a few years ago, and I don't order from her often. I have tried her stuff, and she is more into the loose eyeshadow formula. She also makes scents, she has lipsticks, she has face powders, she has heaps, and her aesthetic, it's just so nice. Again, definitely worth checking out. So I actually grabbed 2 things here that I want to mention. First thing is her perfume. So I love these. These are, as far as I know, all natural. This is actually the scent Prismatic Crow. She also sells them in minis, which I also have here. Is this one of the minis? Yeah. So this is one of the samples. So you can also buy samples. You can buy sample sets. You can buy them loose. You can create your own sample. The scents are so... Oh yeah, this is so nice. This is Mother of the Stars. Oh, and it's one of my favorites from her. It's so... I need to wear this. It's so nice and fresh. She has very interesting scents. And yeah, I have the Prismatic Crow in the big... The regular size, which is a rollerball. I do have an affiliate link in the description box for her, which basically it gives you a discount and it earns me store credit. I'm not alone in that though. It's not because I am on YouTube and I'm YouTube famous. No, anyone who makes an account and buys from her gets one of those referral links and can earn store credit if someone shops through your link. So that's very, very nice. But this is a very, very nice scent. That's what I want to mention. I also have her, these are samples of loose eyeshadow that I bought. I just bought a bundle because I wanted to try her brand. They are very, very easy to work with. The mattes you can use with a wet brush if you want to. You can also use it with a dry brush. It's kind of like using a loose setting powder. That's kind of the same thing. She also has shimmer shades. But the same as with Kraken Cosmetics, her shimmer shades are more on the muted side. Still very, very pretty though. And the owner is such an amazing human. So definitely a brand to check out. Last but certainly not least, I am going to mention a brand that is very near and dear to my heart. If you're into the witchiness, you will love this. I love her aesthetic so much. Her formula is also very nice and she has everything from foundations, setting powders, she has face primers, she has lipsticks, she has eyeliner, she has falsies, she has eyeshadow, she has everything. So let's show you this then, which I have on my face right now, and can you see how fine it is? So this is one of the Bat stamp liners. So on one side you have the stamp, I hope you can see that, and on the other side you have a liner. Now I do have to say, I prefer a liner with a brush tip. I have not really tried this liner yet, only actually in my inner corner here, and it doesn't bleed. And that is very, very nice. So I want to try the liner as a liner as well. I haven't as of yet, but the stamps I really like. And I have a bunch of colors because she sent me a bunch. So I also have a lot of spider webs because she knows I love spiders so much. And I have one in red, I have one in purple, and I have one in orange. I cannot wait to try those as well. The bulk of what she has though, and I think what most people are interested in, are her eyeshadow palettes. So I actually grabbed two that are so cool. So let's start with this one. This one is honestly almost always on display, especially around Halloween. When my background was still in Halloween mode, this was the one that was on display, and it is her Book of Shadows. This is so stunning. The art, the attention to detail, and what is also very cool is that her shade names form a sentence. Now this is a jewel toned palette, as you can see. Her matte formula is very nice. It's a nice buildable but still blendable formula. Her shimmers are also a little bit more on the subtle side for an indie brand, if that makes any sense. So these are more, at least the palettes that I'm going to show you right now, are a little bit more, the shimmers are a little bit more almost subtle. Basically old school shimmers, but I really do enjoy her formula. I think it's so very nice, and the owner is just such a sweetheart. Now this is also a very cool palette. So this is the As Above, So Below, and I love that. I also have a snake tattoo, and this is her version of a neutral palette. So this is half neutral, half colorful. It's maybe a little bit more muted, but still very cool palette. The shimmers in here are also very nice. The formula, as I mentioned, it's a nice buildable and blendable formula. Different undertones here. The shimmers are your old school traditional shimmers. That's what I've tried so far. I do want to show you one of the new palettes that she actually sent me, just because I can, and that's Smash the Patriarchy. Now I know that I have a lot of purple lovers here, but can we just? I have not, as I'm filming this, not tried this palette yet. But it's, as I said, it's a purple palette, guys. It's a purple 9-pan palette. Different undertones. Basically you kind of have it in rows. That's the way that my mind works. So it's a combination of mattes and shimmers. So these are the shimmers and the rest are the mattes. And I cannot wait to try this. I think this looks so cool. And again, the shade names are a sentence. And it's either kind of a, I don't really want to say a witchy spell, but more like an affirmation, right? Positiveness. I'm making up my own words as per usual. But you know, spread a little bit of the love and all that. I do have actually a discount code. This is the only brand that I do have a discount code with, which is not affiliated. It's Raven. It will save you 10%, and I will link her website down below. Amazing things are coming from this brand. let me just tell you, and that was also the video. So let me know if you know any of the brands. Let me know if you have any brands that you don't hear anyone talk about. But I don't know, let me know what you want to see. Give me video ideas. If you have something that you really want to see from me, let me know down in the comment section. Also, I have an art channel, in case you don't know, and I will link it down below. It's called Vana This Pagan Art, and over there I can be extra creative, but then not with makeup. So basically making clay fairy lamps, making other clay stuff, crocheting a little, that kind of thing. And who knows what else I will put on there. That one is linked in the description box as well for you to check out. And yeah, if you're still here, leave me the bat, because of the bat that I have on my on the side of my head. I think that will be very, very cute. Also, if you've not subscribed yet and that you know that button underneath the video is still red, what are you waiting for? If you're still here, then you are one of us. One of us, never mind. And if you haven't run away screaming after that, then just face it, just admit it. You are one of mine. And I hope that you will stay and subscribe. Yes, thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down in the comment section below. I am going to wish you a fantastic day, a fabulous evening. May your foundation always match your neck, and I will see you super soon for my next video. Bye guys.